Hello everyone, a pick a card reading on the full moon, which is on the 8th of December. And we're just going to have a look at what is important for you right now, that the moon energies are building up, and what comes up during the full moon, and the energies of the full moon always last longer. A dynamic can last for months even, if something comes up that's important for you. So we're just going to look at that. And I'm going to do it this way, not my normal regular way. And where's me? Oh, yeah, I have color cards for you to choose your set. And I do hope they come up in the right order, because often when you do this kind of video this way with a reversed camera, it mirrors, right? And so that could happen now with these cards as well. I have 3 cards, which is to choose your set. This is 1, so it might come up for you on the wrong side because the image gets mirrored. I don't know, I can't see. This is 1, this is gloss, shimmer. I always see that as having sparkle as well. Sparkle, shimmer, shine in your aura, in a layer. That's number 1. Numbers 2 is gold. And these are not part of the reading, by the way. So it's just for you to choose. And we have scarlet red, numbers 3. So we have shine, 1, gold, 2, and number 3 is scarlet red. So just see which color appeals to you the most. And I'm going to start reading. I'll see you there. Numbers 1. Oh, my cat. I have to let her in first. Yes, there we are again. Your first card, I'm only using tarot cards for this reading, is the Ace of Wands. And that actually, the energies of this moon, part of the energy is fiery energy, inspiration energy, getting active, doing things. That's because Mars is very close to the moon. So there's a strong influence from Mars as well. And for you, it's like, this spark, feeling that spark of doing something, inspiration, having ideas, and then also the idea is to also act on it and not to do this, which is the 4 of Cups card. And it's like sitting there, like shutting down, closing yourself off from the environment, because he's not seeing this beautiful opportunity, right? He's just looking at this, like what is or what has been, and like, oh, I don't like that, and that kind of attitude, that kind of feeling. And it's a feeling more because it's a Cups card, right? And because of that, he's so focused on this, what he doesn't like or what bores him, or he doesn't even see what beautiful new opportunity is held out. Something is reaching out. There is something there. He doesn't even see that. So be aware of that you don't do that you don't close yourself off or withdraw within, or in not in a good way then. Because sometimes it is good, but you can also do it in kind of like shields up mode, and like, well, never mind, I'm not here, and that's not the idea. Then you are not using this inspiration, this action, this passion, this insight that you could have, and an opportunity the right way, because it is here, that opportunity. And in that sense, the advice is this, the 2 of Cups. And that is what I felt immediately, is get into your heart space. If you do feel this kind of mood lingering around you, like, well, this is like a heavy cloud, a dark cloud, and like, try to get into your heart and in your heart space and think, like, what would love do in this situation? What would love do? And if you sit with that properly, you can feel yourself soften. You can feel your heart open at least a little bit. And then you can make another choice, a healthier choice for you, for the situation, and act from there. And then you get much better results, right? If you do that from your heart space, from what would love do in this situation, or with this person, or with yourself even, you know? And so that's your reading for the moon, to use the firepower mostly from Mars, but also from Gemini, and to not get in this closed off, mostly emotional state of being, so you don't see the beauty that's there, that's offered to you. Maybe people are even reaching out to you. You just don't see it when you're in this state of being. So be mindful of that, and also of being or getting in your heart space, especially now with this full moon, right? It's always good advice to do that, but now for you, especially with this full moon. So thank you for watching. Wishing you a wonderful full moon in Gemini. Bye. Numbers 2, the ones who chose the gold card. Your first message is this card, the 6 of Pentacles card, which is where we see, here the hands that are asking, begging maybe even, and this person sharing, giving. So this could be about equal give and receive. It can also be unequal. It just depends per reading. For this reading, I feel for you, it's something you have been doing a lot, giving, being generous. That doesn't have to be with money, right? It can also be with your time, your affection, your a shoulder to lean on, and all that stuff. But it has taken a toll on yourself because you've given too much. That is possible. And your inner core is out of balance. You got wobbly because of giving so much to other people, and with that, not enough to yourself. It's a wonderful thing to be generous, but it must be, you have to be solid on the inside and not over give to the point that you get wobbly. And here you see that there's a trying to find a balance, right? And walking the tightrope, and maybe even contemplating, like, should I or shan't I give or be there for that person, answer that call, and all that stuff. And so for right now, it's not so good to do this. What comes up, the last card for you is the Fool card. This is more like being carefree, daring to be yourself, which could also be saying no to a situation or a person, and with that saying yes to you. It's okay to claim space and time for yourself, right? You deserve that, even if you don't do anything useful with that time. You still have the right to just have time for you, even if you want to just sit there and do nothing. It doesn't matter, right? And that's important for you during this full moon already now with the build up, right? But also during full moon, and possibly the time after that for a while as well, to be mindful of this, that you also make space for yourself, and that if you tend to be generous, is that from an issue, like maybe an inner child issue that you haven't resolved, or is that truly your nature? Really think about that. Oftentimes you see people caring and giving and being there for other people because they have a need to be needed, and that comes from some inner child issue then, and not from truly being that kind of person. Right? If you are that kind of person, it wouldn't wear you out. But that's for you to figure out, because that's going to be different for everyone. At least for now, it's important that you also take time for yourself to just be carefree, be playful, like a child, like the Fool. He's not worried, he's not stressed, he's just enjoying life and seeing what comes and what's going to happen. And because this can also come with a sense of obligation, giving, and here there is no sense of obligation of I have to do this and people expect this, and there are no demands here. There's freedom here, and that's what you need. This is going to be important for you. So try to refine your inner balance again, and from that balance make the decision, feel that within in your heart what is right for you in any given moment. You know, is that being by yourself? Is that being with other people? Is that giving? Is that not giving? Then you give to you. Feel. So this is your message for this full moon in Gemini. I do hope it resonates, and I'm wishing you a happy full moon. Bye. Number 3, people who chose the Scarlet Red. Your first tarot card is the 4 of Wands, a very happy card, socializing, there's abundance, it's time to harvest, which you can see in the background, having fun, good times. It can even be marriage. It's really a very positive card, absolutely wonderful card. And then we have this card, and we have this card, the Hierophant, and the 9 of Swords, which is anxiety, sleepless nights, and well, you can see that in the card, right? And I feel for most of you, you will, for this reading, in this card is you being one of these altar boys, not the priest and or bishop. And I feel that maybe you have been too is gullible the right word? I'm not certain now. Too much going along with what other people dictate, in that sense, right? Like, yes sir, yes madam, yes, and I will do that, and then going along with a figure or an institute of authority, while actually it doesn't really feel well, because we see that here. It causes anxiety, stress, sleepless nights. It doesn't sit well with you. And that can be on a larger scale, can be on small scale, like in your social circle, family, maybe just one parent or a sibling or one friend. Can also be at work or an organization, government organization. It can be anything. It's going to be different for everyone. But this might come up right now, that doing stuff because you are made to basically, or expected, demanded to do that by some authority figure, entity, and going along with that, like we say in Dutch, is like saying yes and amen, right? Like just going along with it, and not really maybe actually on the inside being okay with that, which we see here doesn't sit well with you. You have to deal with that. So this might come up for you during this full moon time, and it's important then, I also feel, for if this is your social circle especially, or are you hanging out with the right people that actually support you, do you good, and with whom you can be yourself. Maybe you should find different people with whom you can get into this vibe of having fun, of socializing, of being equal. Equal comes up for me with this reading, with this card. Maybe you need to find yourself a different setting, a different social setting. If it's work related, then of course it can be difficult, but then you might find this in your private life, right? So pay attention to that, especially also with this moon in Gemini. I did a report yesterday, or translated it. It's not my own report. I only translated it. It also came up that with Gemini is very important, the communication, sharing feelings, and being with other people, that kind of stuff. That comes with this full moon in Gemini. So in that sense, it's not a surprise that this, for some people, in this set, comes up, this aspect, right? Of if you're not happy in this situation, which we see here, causes you stress, anxiety, then maybe find a different group to hang out with, or if it's your own doing that you just have a choice, then choose to experience this. This will help you get out of this sleepless nights, anxiety, and this stressful situation. So trying to get from that to this, and out of this, of having your strings pulled by someone, and I feel it's some kind of authority figure or entity, organization, whatever, right? And there might be a few for whom this is the other way around, who are actually themselves this person who is that way towards others, expecting them to just, please their every whim and to do whatever they want. And if that's the case, then it's important to soften that, to see that, to learn to allow others to be themselves, even if that's not the way you want people to be. You don't have to like everyone, not everyone has to like you, and then become more light-hearted, more like this, more having more fun in life. Because this, if you happen to be this figure who does that, more kind of like a control person, wants to control everything and everyone, and by others that's not perceived as being very nice person. I mean, look at him. And this is much nicer for you as well, to have an equal exchange, to have fun, to be more light-hearted and not like this constipated look, and likely if you are like that, if you happen to be that person that you didn't resonate with the first message of this reading but more with this, then you might also want to take some time to figure out why. Is there insecurity deep down that makes you try to control situations? That's usually how it works. People who want control, who need control in life over other people as well, usually have some insecurity on the inside. So that could then indeed still be stress, not sleeping well, being, having anxiety and all that stuff. So this is what comes up for you if you chose this set, if you chose well intuitively. I do hope it resonates, but yeah, really try to get into this. This is such a great, this is one of the best cards of the entire tarot, really. It can even mean marriage. It's so much harmony and balance and fun and sharing, equal at that. So this is what I have for you. Thank you for watching, and happy full moon in Gemini.